Good morning, Milwaukee. We're back. Sex guru. No, we're here. Welcome back to Between the Sheets with Robert Reese. Today's subject is called Sex Guru. I'm hoping that this one is really spicy because man, the conversations that me and my friend have is so funny. It's so funny. So I had to have her come on because only like I could only have this conversation with her. No, my other friends, yeah, but I had to have this conversation with her. So first, I want to introduce everybody to my guest, my friend Nilsa. We've been locked in for some time now. We've been doing some stuff people wouldn't believe. You'll only believe it if you was there, because when you hear the stories, you be like, "Nah, that ain't never happened, but it did." So yeah, I'll let her talk about herself and talk about how you could contact her.
Well, like my name and number. Okay,
Hmm.
Nilsa Vasquez. Email is nilsavr@gmail.com.
Okay. So, first off, what is your favorite
Oh boy, here we go.
okay, not okay, yeah, like your favorite, like if you had to do any position while you was having sex, what would it be?
I don't know. It depends on the mood and what I've been drinking.
The mood of what you been drinking.
Yeah,
Okay, so is it the difference if you drink dark and drink white, or
yeah, yeah.
what's the difference?
Okay, see, the white gets you. I don't know. Brown gets you like horny, and then you be able to take the dick more. And then white get you righted. You just want to get the shit done and over with. So brown you can go down, and white you just be like bam bam. That'd
Mm,
be that pound game. When you go to Pound Town with the white.
yeah.
The brown, you'd be like, shit, fuck that. You done? Let's go again. I need another round.
So, have you ever like no, not even have you ever, but what's the shortest amount of time it took you to have sex with a man?
What are you talking about? Like just knowing him?
Yeah, like
Oh
first of
shit,
all, first of all, is
dog.
it first of all should women wait a certain amount of time to have sex with a man?
I don't know because to me, at the end of the day, we everybody adults. If you want to have sex, you want to have sex. It's not really gonna matter if it's the first date, the first 24 hours, the next day, or 2 months from now. I don't think that makes a difference to me. Um, Shit. If you meet somebody who want to get buzzed down, then hey, you do it, man. That's what it comes down to. If you growing, I mean, if that's what you want. But I know some people look at it and they be like, "Oh, I don't want to do nothing on the first date because I don't want them to think I'm easy or anything like that." I mean, I don't think those what do you call what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think those things are put into place anymore. You know how it used to be back in the days,
Hmm.
like,
I gotta wait 90
yeah,
days.
I can't. Oh, he's so cute, but I don't want to do nothing with him because he's gonna think no, no.
So yeah, back to the first question. What's the shortest like if you could say you met a man, like how long did you make him wait before?
What's the shortest? Shit, the same day. Couple hours later.
Okay, so when that type of stuff happen, do it make it harder for you to pursue them when you talk to them after that? Like let's just say you meet somebody, y'all vibes there, y'all do it, but then after that you don't know if y'all should be together or not be together, or date or not date, or just be a sneaky link or not. You know what I'm saying? How do you proceed forward with
I mean, it depends. I mean, pretty much at that time, you already know what you're trying to do. Like some people already know, like, okay, I ain't looking for no relationship. I'm just looking for, as they say now, some years. Or looking for
yeah,
people
some
to,
little yeah,
yeah, some little
yeah.
years. I'm looking for some people to have on my line. Some people already know, like, but if you're looking for a relationship, then yeah, maybe you should wait a couple of days. But if y'all feeling each other, you vibing. That I don't think that's a game changer. Like they're gonna be like, oh, I hit that on the first day, because many people that have sex on the first day, they married and have been married 20, 30 years. I don't think that's a game changer.
You know what? To be honest with you, everybody that I ever i- interacted with, and that was supposed to be just like an interaction, was the people that I never got rid of, like never was able to. I'm like, this just like, you know what I'm saying, on some cool
Yeah,
chill
I'm
stuff.
a
Like,
slide
I'm a
through,
slide, or you can
and
slide, and then it be 5, 6 years later,
they
and
get
I'll
that
still
wop.
be
They
looking.
get that wop. They be like, oh no, no, can't let this go. They be stuck. I feel you.
I be like, man, like,
Yeah, I
I be like, bro, we was not, like, bro, we was not supposed to
you know my
go
situation. I said that too. Like,
go no further than that one time, and it done turned into.
you definitely was a boy toy that turned into a 3-year
Cause
relationship. That's what it was.
I promise you, even though I met, yeah, like, yeah, I met you how I met you, but
Yeah.
my intent, cause you was just fine. Like, my intent was never to
Yes.
be no 5, 6, 7, 10 years later, and I'm still looking at you.
Okay. So in saying that, do you think that it was something that they made it like that, or you made it like that? Because I said they got that wop, and they're like, no, I can't let this go. But then on the flip side, you ain't gonna.
I don't know, because I swear like, I'm a vibration person. So if I just get that vibe from you and we just stuck like Chuck, then we just be stuck like Chuck. Cause it's some dudes they'll talk to, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. Like, nah. But them ones that I literally just, I'm like, oh my God, I did not mean,
Man.
I did not go on this initially with the plan that we was going be going down this line years
3 years
later.
later, 4 years later. Like, damn it, you.
So have you ever, like, been with, like, messed with somebody and just was like, nah, like, I should have never ever ever.
Like it was a waste.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I had some 5 pump people, and man, some what do you call that? How they lick the bowl? The cats lick the bowl. That I'd have had some people like that and be like, damn, that I shit, I could have went home and used the rose and been all right. Like, motherfucker got all sweaty and done got all wet and all this stuff to get up. No, yeah.
You know what I don't like? I don't like when men sweat you about having sex with them, and then, like, bro, you don't do nothing extra. You don't do nothing exciting. You don't do nothing that, like, you don't do nothing. Like,
No,
bro, you can keep this.
I hate when they sweat you for years. I'm talking about 15, 20 years. Then you finally give in, like, okay, I'm gonna give him some. Fuck it. He called me on a good night, and you get 7 pumps. They're like, damn, this was. But then, I'll be trying to get the benefit of the doubt, because, like, damn, maybe he was so excited that he sweated it for 20 years and finally got it, that the excitement got him. But then I never turned around and like, okay, I'm gonna give him a second chance to redeem himself. That 7 pumps put me out. I couldn't do it.
And I be thinking some men just be too weird to have sex with. Like, if you just, like, if you can't be cool about the situation, then we not about to do nothing. Because if you finna be, first of all, I don't have sex with everybody, but I'm just saying, like, if we go into the subject, like, okay, we finna have sex with each other, and you just acted weird, like, just too geeked up about it, we not about to do it. Cause I don't know if you really don't be getting up like that, or if you really just thirsty for real, or you really just want to do it so you can say that you did it. I don't know, because these men be weird. These men be, like, really, really, really weird when it comes down. I'm like, how am I acting more player about the situation than
Yeah.
you?
Oh my. Oh we. I be thinking I should have been a nigga, cause the way I be acting about shit, I be like, fam, okay, it's all right. It was good. Okay, let that be. Like, it ain't no need for all that.
Okay, so do you think, like, have you had sex with a man like years ago, and then down the line you had sex with him again?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that a man could burn out? Or like what type of man do you think burn out? Cause some not burnt like disease, burn out like it be trash.
Shoot. In my situations that I went back,
It still was cracking.
it was still the same or better. It was still the same or better.
I don't
because
know.
Sex like from 20 years
Maybe
ago.
I'm in a perky generation because I swear to God, I be
You
like,
out.
I'm like, bro,
you in the generation right now that they need to stop at the gas station, get one of the
yeah,
pills
like,
and
bro,
shit.
like you shouldn't even be having no performance issues.
No, and
I thought it was the great will wine get better over time or whatever the saying is.
but I think I don't know if in certain situations like they have so much sex throughout the years. I don't know, like
Yeah, they libido.
I don't think it that they had so much sex throughout the years and now just can't perform. I just think it, like you said, it has to do with drugs, that lean, weed, everything.
Yeah, I don't even want to like. And then don't say it like when you get to me that show how you perform. Oh, any other time I be nah, bro. You do everybody like that. You not finna tell me
this don't usually happen. This
yeah.
This the first time. This don't usually happen, man. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's a lot in this generation now, though, because they people mess with all that stuff, and that stuff messes with your body.
Yeah. I think also when you have a lot of sex, like you just
So you think it just burns out? Like,
yeah,
man, no.
cause y'all first of all, cause a man mind don't always have to be with his private for him to do nothing. So if your private don't work on his own, then your mind can't get it to work. Like it's just like okay.
What you say if you walk in the room and it ain't boom,
Yeah, cause most men like if they see a woman, they on that like they gonna find some about her that's cute. Her pinky toe, her eyelash,
God,
her nose hair is gonna be
some.
some. Like I'm just saying, like, cause men they had sex with a dog. So literally, I done seen some men like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, bro, that's that German Shepherd.
Bad. Booger, so, what they used to say, booger wuss.
Yeah, they don't even. I swear to God, the craziest thing be when I talk to a dude, I be like, me and her and her and her ain't none of us the same. Ain't none of us got nothing in common. So how is you attracted to all of us? Like, I need to know.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Like, so y'all fuck anybody. Y'all
so basically you're just saying
something cute.
They're just like, attracted to the pussy.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like okay, if a guy like breasts, if you look at all four of his last people he messed with, his last girlfriends, they all should have breasts, and some of them should have booties if they're booty. But like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'd be like, bro, none of us is the same. So how did you pick anybody? Like, your thing just.
Oh no, that's a good question. Wish we had a guy to ask that too.
Cause I swear to God, I be looking like you nasty. You a nasty motherfucker.
You just
right. Or when you do it and have a baby, like, bro, now that baby half you, half Chihuahua, like. Oh. I swear to God, I'm so glad my kids.
But the babies be cute when the mama, you know what I mean.
Girl, it's some men with some suspicious looking kids, like they look like him, but that mama part.
It be some booger wolves that be having some pretty ass kids, and you want to be like, damn, that's your baby. They be having a little pretty hair. They be having a little pretty boy, little chocolate little girls. It be some of them.
I'd be like, bro, a couple of your kids look like.
Don't talk about people.
No. No, I'm just saying. I don't talk about people with kids, but I'm just saying though, like men be that in the moment with a woman. She ain't cute, and then you get her pregnant.
But not everybody is cute. Not, you know, somebody might say I'm not attractive.
Right.
Shit, which I know they lying, but
okay, so
shit, I know they lying, but you know, I might not be attractive to certain people. I mean, I guess it got to be lame. It's the inside that counts.
Girl, please.
Shit, I don't. Come on now, don't act like you haven't woke up next to nobody and you like, what the fuck?
I talked to somebody that was ugly before.
Man, I woke up to some like gold teeth in the mouth, like what the fuck did I drink last night? One of them moments.
He
You can't
he
even
was
say it.
ugly. He was ugly, and we talked for a minute, but I liked his masculine energy. Like that's what made him attractive. You know how some men be ugly, but you be like, how you handle yourself make you look cute. So that's what make it okay.
Yeah, okay.
But it wouldn't be cute enough for us to have no baby though.
you just look a little bit cuter because you took charge.
Yeah, just because he like when we was talking, he just was aggressive about pursuing me and how he was handling himself. He always was well dressed, always kept himself together. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't as attractive as the man that I'm used to dating. So it made it like okay.
But see,
and then he played the man. He actually played a man role and did man shit. So it was like okay.
Okay, so what point like you said, he was aggressive with pursuing you. At what point is that aggressive stalking and or irritating?
Because how he was doing it wasn't about sex. Like if he would have initiated it with sex, then it would have been like, okay, you thirsty. But he was actually coming at me on some whole other stuff, like making money, business aspect, whatever the case may be. So that's what kind of grabbed my attention because ain't no man out the gate finna invest in your business, put you on, none of that stuff. Make sure you straight out the gate without talking to you about sex. Like, ain't no man about to do that. And he was like I could really say like the first one where we never talked about sex first. It was after the fact. So it was like, it made it easier for me to be like, oh, okay, you know what? And I think that's why, I started to fall for him because I was like, you know, oh, like just every man I dated, like we don't never talk about the goal part of it, or we don't never talk about the business part of it until after we have.
But I'm saying, okay, so in saying that, like to me, I don't think you're supposed to put it all out on the line at the beginning because you don't know where it's going.
Yeah. But if you well, to me at the time when it was happening to me with him, it was like if you down and you about to XYZ and we ain't really having no dealings with each other, then I don't know, because I kind of got like an impulsive nature. So it was like, you know, if he down the ride and he doing stuff for whatever, or he trying to put me on, or he really trying to like coach me, mentor me, guide me, then what am I losing if we part ways? You know what I'm saying? Then 9 times out of 10, a real man not going, if we do part ways, he not gonna be leaving the situation feeling like he lost something or I lost something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So most of the time, a real man gonna be like, it's over, it's over. You know what I taught you, you know what I told you about. You know what I'm saying? Hold on to them little jewels. But some men could be, that's their way of manipulation too, though. So, because every now and then I will text him like back on some business stuff or whatever, like.
And he be ready, huh?
Yeah, he'll still tell me like it's nothing.
He ready.
But I be wondering, I wonder, do he text me back right away to see if I'm gonna try to go further with the. But like, nah, bro, we only talking about this. We're not talking about nothing else.
So he be ready to come back, conduct business.
Yeah, but I be like, nah, bro, we not talking about nothing else. This just that. We're not talking about nothing else.
So you won't do it. So you won't go back to that to do that just to get some more help?
No.
You won't bust him down?
Nope.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm mostly attracted to men who mentally stimulate, like mentally, it got to be a mental connection, it got to be mental stimulation. it's not solely about looks, but it do be about
I
that.
hated dumb
But
dude.
after he started like doing all the stuff like to get me in, that's why I said some men are use that for manipulation.
Yeah.
Because he played on that, because he like, now I, you know what I'm saying, now she know that I know this and know that, and I can do this and do that and bust this move, bust that move. Like now is, you know what I'm saying, she gonna mess with me, because she gonna always mess with me, because she know that it's not a lot of niggas that know what I know.
Yeah.
So he kind of had me in a position where, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, dang, I can't leave him, because he the only one that's gonna push me right here.
Yeah.
So, but
I know who
then
you talking about too.
yeah, but then it was like, bro, like you whole manipulate, like, cause it's like, you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about this today. We right. Tango.
Why are you not the manipulator? Because you show using this manipulator word over and over and over.
Trust me, I feel like and now that I think about it, I definitely feel like he baited me. I mean, it was a good bait, because I did, like I said, the stuff that I learned, like I never forget. But it was like, bro, like you did that, so
you got the cheese over your head, baited you over there, like
like
it did dick you down, huh?
Yeah, like she gonna benefit from this, but I'm gonna benefit from this too.
Right.
But I don't think he's salty about nothing, and I ain't either. Like I could laugh with him, we just can't do nothing else.
So, but you'll go back to him to conduct business.
Yeah, that's it. And see, I know he won't, so no.
Well,
and then it's crazy, because after every time I talk to him about whatever we gotta talk about, he'll be like, we ain't gonna be able to. And I'm like, you weird.
Why you being weird to me? Huh?
Like you weird. You weird. You weird, bro. You weird.
But okay, so baby, he trying to beat you to the punch, because he know that you ain't going back to get buzzed down. So therefore, if you talk to him about business, then he gonna throw the, man, you know, we can't mess around because I'm doing this and that, to beat you to the punch, to make it seem like he's still in control of the situation.
Yeah, that's so I'm like, you weird. Like you already on that. So,
and that's not what I was coming for.
But you know what? At the time when I was like really involved with him, I really did think that I would have married him, because when you get, well, to me, if I chose to be with a man, we need to be in sync all the way around the board. Money, love, sex, family.
Okay, can you, if all that is there but the sex ain't there, can you marry somebody?
No, because I think that relationships is talking, sex, and money. We owe. Well, I ain't old, so.
But I'm old.
No,
you just said that like you.
No, I'm saying like we ain't old. So what is we not having a fruitful sex life for? You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that we'll grow into when we get older. Like not now.
How about the size? How about that part? If that ain't there, like.
No, some men still able to perform. Some men able to perform, but you gotta know what you're doing.
You had the little motion in the ocean.
Yeah, huh? But you gotta know what you're doing though. You can't be. That's take a certain type of man to possess that kind of power, or that be that creative, because if your stuff just little, then ain't no sense to you even. Like no, like you need practice, and you need time, patience, and you need to know. You need to watch, learn how to do.
Yeah,
you can't just.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock the size, because I don't have some people handle their business. But like you said, they got to know what they doing. I had a person, a little situation that he just would do all kind of different positions and like get between your legs and do all kind of stuff like that. So you really didn't feel that it wasn't,
Yeah, then too, the person I'm thinking about, it was like I was so mentally in sync with him that it just didn't.
That it didn't bother you.
Yeah, but then after that, like once I fell off with, I'm like, hell no.
Once you get back, it's like, you little dick, man.
You know how when you go back to somebody and then you like how we just was talking before, not about the sex drive, but just the like
Yeah.
nah. I'm like, this can't be the same. This can't be the same.
So that was your situation. You went back and it was like
This
it
can't
was
be
like
the
Charlie
same.
Brown. Womp,
Yeah,
womp,
this
womp.
can't. No, it wasn't. I'm like, oh yeah, you had me mentally. Yeah, because this can't be the same. This is not the same.
You done got some shrinkage throughout the years.
Yeah, so yeah, no. But have you ever have you ever just heard a man say that it was something that he liked about you when y'all had sex? Like,
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I hear that all the time.
like you be, yeah, I got
man, man, this is a situation. Well, I don't know, but I do hear that all the time. But I'm not the same. Like 20 years ago, I was like a nympho, just like porn star. Little Kim was my role model, so it was just like now. I'm still sexual, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same all around the board. Like I could bust somebody down. Now I'll be like, I had to do it in levels. And you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I can't even talk stuff anymore.
So what's like your wildest
Oh Lord. My wildest what?
experience? Like,
Man. Don't judge me, y'all. What they call that? Triple penetration?
that was your wildest one?
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna say something else.
What?
Two different things.
What when you thought I was gonna say?
I thought you was gonna say about the hospital night.
Oh no.
And the circle at the house.
Oh. Yeah. See, you trying to take me back to Freaky Fridays on 29th. Yeah, that was that's in my top 5. She talking about the circle where it was just a circle of us females back face to pussy face. It was like 6 of us in a circle. And I guess in a pussy circle. Is that what you would call it?
I'm like, you did what?
A little pussy fest. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah. No, but that triple penetration. I don't know, that has to be at the top of my list.
But like I couldn't, it was so crazy because you always just seem like so free about, sex, period.
Mm-hmm.
So when you be saying stuff, I'd be like, girl, you did what?
Yeah, people be like, oh my God, tell me more. Shoot.
Your stuff be sounding like out of a book though,
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah. I could write some, man. I probably should have wrote a book. Probably would have been a bestseller right now. But look, the two situations you said, I forgot about them. So I have to remember everything I did now. Man.
Well, I mean, cause the hospital, that was just recent.
Yeah, but that
within the last year.
Dang, you gonna bust me out like that?
3.
But that wasn't like a whole sexual experience. That had to do because of the damn edible. That wasn't like a wild sexual experience. That was
because you took that edible.
Man, I took that gummy, that 1,000 milligram gummy, thinking I don't know, thinking it went nothing because the gummies don't ever do nothing. Yep, that one did.
I know when I talk to you, like I'm in a hospital. I'm like, for what? You said
I guess that was wild because then when I get to the hospital, then when I wake up after I've been there all night, I talked to him the next. I was like, damn, my booty hurt. I'm like, did we do something in the butt? I'm like, but I didn't want to tell the people at the hospital because I didn't want them to be like, oh, you was taken advantage of and this and that. So I had to wait till the next day and call them like, did we do something in the butt? I was like, because my booty was hurting. My booty was sore, but I don't know. No, yeah, no, that was too much for me. That was too much.
That was too much.
Yeah. That was a wild night, but I guess how about when you almost got sent to Utah? That was when. Oh yeah, that was like one that was like that night. The only thing is that you didn't have a gummy.
But I be naturally, I be funny, but I'm naturally suspicious of everybody, especially when I'm around a lot of people and I don't know them. And then we were so drunk that day, I was just like, is they about to kidnap us?
We was out of town in Atlanta. Went to the strip club with some of my peoples.
There
at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
It stayed there almost 24
hours.
When
we left, it was like 3:00 in the morning. And literally, like, we seen shift change, and she was like, I don't know. I think they're gonna take us to Utah. It's a lot of people coming in here. It's a lot of dudes that's coming from saying this and that. A lot of people trying to buy us drink. I think they done slipped or something. She done got to call my son talking about, if y'all don't hear from us tomorrow, they done sent us to Utah. And she like, you know, when people get what is it? Traffic. She said, you know, people get traffic to Utah, you don't never see them again. So just be aware, if y'all don't hear from us tomorrow, they done put us in Utah and shit. She thought they had the U-Haul outside waiting for us.
Because we was there so long. It was so many men buying us drinks. And they was being nice. So I'm like, the first I'm drinking, like, oh, this nigga, he nice. Like, I'm finna drink. Then after that, I'm like, damn, they still buying us drinks.
No,
like,
because she gonna say,
no,
we have mixed drinks. And she like, man, forget these mixed drinks. So then next time we turn around, we just got a roll of shots. I'm like, damn,
double, and then that was double.
Yeah,
I'm
like, girl. Then be like, oh, so and so over there bought you another drink. So I'd be like, damn, like, we good. Yeah, that was a lot of drinking though.
You see, I threw up like 3-4 times. I'm like, man, I'm getting scared. Like, why they giving us all these drinks? They trying to kill us, girl. They gonna wait till we pass out. Then you got to speak it
Spanish to the strippers.
I'm like, oh, this bitch in on this. I was like, she gonna help them kidnap me.
I'm recording her.
I'm like, cause they speaking some shit I ain't never heard.
Oh man,
you went over there. I'm like, I thought you came with me. Like,
look, I was part of the cartel. Huh? Dang, that's messed up.
It was just all type of. I don't know if because remember when we went in the strip club, it was like people walking in sporadically, like one dude here, one dude there, because we went right before happy hour started. But then, like at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, guess when the strip club gets to cracking, it was just like men just walking in together. So I'm getting nervous. Like by this time, I done consumed so much liquor, Ciroc, I don't know. I'm so like,
everybody was a suspect.
I'm
then.
like,
I didn't even know I was a suspect. Like that's bogus. I'm telling her, like, oh, it's okay. We not getting kidnapped.
I'm like, Car King, tell them, like, hey, they got it. They used to start speaking Spanish to the little strip. I'm like, girl. Man. I'm like, I know she ain't in on it.
I'm in on it, huh?
Yeah.
I'm finna put the bag over your head and throw you in the trunk. Huh?
Yeah. I left the man in my dreams down there.
Oh man, that was an adventure.
His short ass.
Y'all, we trapped through Atlanta. When I say we trapped through Atlanta, if we could go back and write everything that we did down, that'd be a nice tour.
Yeah.
Because we trapped.
Running in high heels.
Man.
DMX bought us some drinks with that empty car. There's a car decline, bitch. Sip that. Let's go.
We hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do that again.
Yeah, you know. What no girls trip I've been on better than that one. I swear to God, like that was like the best.
Yeah. So let me ask you, because it's a little situation I have or had. What if the sex is good, but the foreplay is trash, or there's no foreplay?
See, I wouldn't still want to have sex with him because we too old for that. Like, when to me when you younger, you have a lot of sex, just regular sex. But then when you get older, you get to advance. You might could cut down the amount of sex you have, but how you have sex is supposed to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't got you don't the amount of sex you have don't got to be cut down, but when you get older, you definitely expecting it to be more interesting. You know, because when you a kid, you just like shit. I'm finna hump and I'm
But
done.
I'm saying, how about if just there's like
I know that's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
don't feel the foreplay at all? Like
That's
you
what I'm
just like
saying.
you be laying there irritated when you be like, but then when you get to the other part, you good.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what make me not want to have sex with him no more because, like I said, when I was younger, yeah, we probably could just have sex and we cool, like cool, sure, we whatever, we done. But now that I'm older, I'm like, no, like that's important, like kiss and rub and all
That's a
that.
big turn off.
So you don't like foreplay with men?
No, why
Oh,
you
you
gonna
talking
say
about the man?
why
You
you
talking
gonna say
about?
with men? Like
I
she just trying to put me out here bad.
Well, you just said about your circle, so
Oh
it
man,
wasn't nothing but
that was
girls.
back in
And
my days. That was
yeah,
back in my days.
but I'm saying like, so you just talking about that specific dude, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be a no. Like,
yeah.
no, you weird,
Like no, I'm
weird.
saying just like it's almost like the sex is grown up, but the foreplay is child.
I
Like it's
know
just
that's
like
what I'm saying.
it's like. And then I talked to somebody else about it. They was like, "Oh, I just teach them and tell them to do this."
Teach,
I ain't got time to teach.
and he old.
Yeah, and you
I ain't showing you nothing. You better
and
come.
yeah,
You should come prepared.
mm-mm. Hard rubbing, just then I
So what about it you don't like?
it is. I don't know, like maybe how you said before, like they be just too overexcited.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't like when a man like put his mouth all over my face. I don't like that. Like, don't kiss me. Don't
no,
put your
I don't like
no, because I
kissing.
had this one dude like try to reach in to kiss me, and he like almost licked my face. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing?
No, that kissing stuff. I don't even like kissing. Is really intimate to me, and like if I look somebody in their eyes, that's really intimate. So that part I won't do with many people. It'll be a selective few.
Mm.
Like I really got to deal with you in order for me to kiss you, because I'll be like do one of them type of kisses. That's a whole turn off.
So do you think that men? Because I'll be thinking it's weird when a man be like, I don't eat.
Hell yeah, hell
Like
yeah.
you too old for
No,
that.
hell yeah.
I
That
just told
oh
somebody the other day.
man.
I just told somebody the other day, like, you still don't rub feet and stuff. He was like, "No, hell, no, I ain't." Like, you
No,
weird. Like,
no.
what part of?
See, it's different nowadays. So like when I was in my 20s, 21, Empire Room, them type of days. Like back in them days, you would ask a nigga to do that, he'll damn near smack you. Or look at like, B, you got me messed up. You want me to do what? Like it was back in my days, it was like shunned upon for dudes to do that. Like they would not do that. That's why when I got back in the scene after being married and stuff, and I'm like, and I messed with a couple of dudes and they went right to it. I was like, oh, okay, this what y'all doing in this millennium now? I ain't gotta ask for it.
I be thinking it's weird that if you like regularly involved with a
Yeah,
man
yeah.
and he don't like oral sex or he to give it or he don't like foreplay like that, I just think that's
Yeah.
weird. Like, what type of sexual dysfunction you got? Like, what's wrong
Well,
with you?
because not everybody digs that, because like a lot of men,
But you gonna like
but see, some men don't like women to perform they woman to perform oral sex on them because they think that's disrespectful. I heard situations like that plenty of times. Like, no, he don't let me do that. He don't want it. I be trying to, but he don't want me to. Because he says it's disrespectful. He ain't gonna disrespect his ladies like that. So I don't know if he got the little $40 holla on the side that,
Yeah.
that he thrash her or something. I don't know. But yeah, I heard a couple of women say that. But I think, like you said, it's a part of sex. Like foreplay, it's a part of sex. Oral sex is part of foreplay, which is part of sex. Not that you have to do that every time, but you do got to do it.
Yeah, I just think that especially if we about to have a sexual relationship, like I'm not about to keep on coming back for this little plain razzle dazzle. No,
not the plain razzle dazzle.
No, you better do something.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, you still don't rub like. Not even, we wasn't even doing nothing nasty or nothing. I just was asking the question because I had remembered from in the past that he really wouldn't like rub feet. Cause he rubbed my feet probably like twice out of the whole time.
So you got a feet fetish or something?
Who, me or him?
Or rub your feet is code word for something.
No, like I can't be with no man that don't rub my feet. Like, no,
you got a
my
fetish?
feet not ugly. No, because I don't like feet like that. But you got to like mine.
so is rubbing your feet part of your foreplay?
Sometimes it must, sometimes not, because my feet really be hurting a lot. So like if I'm at home,
so you
and I'm like, baby, my feet hurt. Yeah, like baby, my feet hurt. Like I need my man to rub my feet. But if we doing it, you don't touch, like, you know what I'm saying? Because some positions you gotta touch the woman's feet. Like I'm like,
okay, some, yeah, I guess some positions you do, but if that's your main focus when we doing foreplay, I'm be like,
no. I'm just saying, like, you still don't touch a woman's feet.
You probably need one of them foot massagers thing because you serious about this feet.
But it's other stuff he don't, because he not really he don't really do oral sex on women. Before in the past, it was like special occasion type shit. And
it's your birthday.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and so I'm like, you still, hell no, I ain't putting my mouth on no.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I'm like, you weird. We grown. Like, what's wrong with you? And not even that, it's just that we was evolved from this age to this age, and now we in our 30s. Like, come on now, like your mind shouldn't be that little.
Well, I dealt with females, so when I'm dealing with a guy, that's part of what you got to do. And that was the reason back in the days why I kept the female on the side, because the guys didn't do that. And once I got introduced to that, I was like, oh no, I gotta have this. But the guys didn't do it back then. They would literally be like, if you do one of them moves when they, like they used to do that play stuff, kiss on your thighs, kiss right here. You
kissing the wrong spot.
Like, they be like,
you kissing the wrong spot.
Get down there. No, they'll be like, lost your mind.
You shouldn't even do that then. Don't even do nothing.
Okay, but then how about this? When they do it, they don't know how to do it. That's even worse. That's even worse.
But because because
I'm telling you, the kiddie bowl, I hate that. The cat milk liquor. Oh my God. No. I'll be like, get up, come on now. No, this ain't that. No, I'm just saying, I have females had that situation and dudes in that situation that clearly don't know what they do, and I'd be like,
and that's even more why he should be required to do it.
Damn,
because you got to learn how to do it. That's what I'm saying. When the dude was like, nah, like, come on, bro, like you now you being childish, like because now you old, you ain't no reason why you.
I can understand having limits to, okay, not gonna do that to everybody, but if we dealing with each other, yeah, that gotta be.
Yeah, included. I mean, no, I'm not. No, If you just sliding and gliding, nah. But
Damn, sliding gliding.
I'm just saying, like, I just think I be thinking something wrong with a man where he just don't feel like he could be open with no woman and they having sex. Like,
Oh, so speaking about a woman, man being open, how do you feel about the anal stuff? You know, because everything, you know, eating the booty like groceries, ain't that?
but what part of the anal? Because it's crazy, right? Because I was in a nail shop, right, with my sister, and this girl walked in, and she was like, "Yeah, you got to make my nails extra long," and I'm like, "We like okay, bitch, we don't care about your nails being extra long." She's like, "Yeah, because he like when I stick them up in his booty." And then the nigga walked in the nail shop, like, and gave her the money for her nails, and we all just stopped with like, now that's gay. I'm not putting nothing up no man, but I'm not doing it. No.
So if he allow you back there in that area, does that make him gay too? Does that make him suspect?
But
Because to me, certain stuff, if a man is strong
in his
in his masculinity, is strong in, like, you won't question that. Because to me, like, sex is sex. Sex, you know, is, especially with somebody that you with, it shouldn't be no limits on what you can do and what you can't do. Now, I'm not finna put on a dildo and be like, bend over, come here, babe. No, hell no.
I ain't finna do none of that. No.
But, you know,
I'm not finna put nothing in no man, but I just say that I'm not putting nothing.
But if a man like that, does that necessarily make him? Because there's part it.
Well, I don't know, because they said that it's the right, the G, right.
Then, like, when you have an anal orgasm,
it's a different experience. Then yeah. But I don't know if I feel comfortable being a woman that gives you that. I don't know if I'm the woman that you need to help you with that. Right. I'm not really sure. So with that being said, maybe not. It might not mean that you gay, but it might mean that you need to find somebody else who will explore with you to that capacity, because I don't think I will be able to.
Yeah. I mean, some stuff is suspect. But like, if I like touch around the area and you toot that mug up, no. Nope.
But I don't think it's gay if I'm your woman and I like smack your butt, not like a, like a pat. Mm-hmm. I don't think that you should feel like you gay or nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
see, when the guys be at the basketball court, they do it all the time. Like, good job. But let a female do it. Like,
because we was in the mall and I had just did it just to like see how I'm talking about.
But you don't do it in the mall.
So, but it was like a little pat. But he jumped so hard.
You don't do that.
He did it. He jumped so high. He's like, "Stop playing, bro." Like,
you don't do that.
But then I was with somebody who I pat. He'd be like, he didn't do nothing. Did you see what I'm saying?
Not at the mall. That's in public.
Girl, when nobody, it was a little like,
it's a little baby pat.
Yeah, well, like, no, wham, let me hit that thing. It ain't wasn't nothing like that. Right, it wasn't nothing like that. How they be hitting us. Man. They be whole hand, whole basketball palm. They be doing, no, it wasn't like that. It was just like a little pat, like, and he was like, meh. But then I did it to somebody else I was with, and they just was like, they didn't do nothing. They didn't get mad or nothing. So I don't know. Men be weird. I be thinking they all gonna be the same. They all be different, but all got like some the same problems.
So look. So what do you think? The whole man, like the whole download situation. Why do you think? Not because just society shuns upon that, and they don't want people to know. But why do you think they go that way? Why do you think a lot of dudes mess with guys?
I don't know, because we like
because remember when I asked the trans person, and that person said,
I think the woman in the vagina is like the the
But
world,
see, remember,
the world in the world, if so to speak, like we are the world. So
I asked a trans person that before, remember, and I said, "Do you mess with the guy because of this and that?" And then, or with the female because of this and that? They said it basically is a sexual experience. If they having oral sex or if they having sex, it to them it don't matter if it's a male or a female. It's the part of it just being oral sex. It's a sexual act. They're not looking at the person who doing it. They're looking at it as a sexual
But I really
act.
think that some men is like ridiculously. Well, I'm not saying I'm not. I'm not bashing gay people
That's
or nothing like
hurt,
that.
though. How? I mean, no, that hurt.
I'm not bashing gay people. What I'm saying is that some men are literally nasty. Like, because if you claiming to not be gay, why was you getting head from somebody who,
like that homeboy head, as they say?
Yeah.
They be like when the guys say they playing the game by their homeboy's house. This is what they doing. Yeah. No, seriously, like you'd be surprised how many times, like, because the internet is undefeated. When you see that, like, the dude went out on the porch to so-called answer the door, and he was out there getting head from his homeboy. Like,
I really think it's weird when a man spends too much time with it. I think it's really weird when a man spends too much time with men, period.
So they could think like that of us too.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be more acceptable? Well, not more acceptable, but isn't it more acceptable that women do gay stuff than men?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it is or it ain't. I'm just saying
that.
I'm
no.
I'm just saying.
Me coming from a situation that I was in a lesbian relationship, and then now I guess it's the best of both worlds. I can dibble this way, dabble that way if I want to, but like.
But men get through under. If a man is caught doing something gay, it's way worse than a woman getting caught doing something gay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have a problem with the whole LGBT community, but it's just like when I think about that, I'll be like, two guys having sex, like that's gross. But then two females, I'll be like, oh, okay. Or it could be three guys and two females, but it's just like, nah. When I think about a sexual act with the guy, I'll be like, that's nasty. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess it's double standards because, like you said, they'll give chicks kudos, and the guys they'll fit a rap for some stuff.
Yeah, nah, bro. You shouldn't even be with no nigga that long. Like, it's not, unless that's your dad and y'all like real father and son, or
not the Johnsons father and son.
Bro, like, no. I'd be looking like, you don't miss me or something. Like, how could you be that in tune with a nigga that all day?
I mean, how many hours are we talking about? Like,
the all day, 24 hours.
But not coming home to you to be like, I'm with my homie type of day.
Yeah.
Now that's when you get suspect. I don't know.
But anyways, why do men? I don't know. Because people are attracted to what they be attracted to. And some people be more ashamed to say what they're attracted to than others. So do I think
how can that be? But to me, like, I don't understand, like, how can that anal penetration be just so satisfying like that you just go crazy over that?
Because I think whoever is getting the penetration mind is not of that is the ass, is that it's of the vagina. So that would make it a big difference. If you thinking that your anus is your kitty cat, then it ain't gonna make a difference what you do. Like, it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because it be psychological too. It don't always just be the physical, it be psychological. So yeah.
That stuff hurt. That ain't cool. Not at all.
Okay, we ain't talking about them no more, cause we ain't talking.
Yeah, right. We're gonna get death threats. It is Pride Month. We love y'all. We love y'all.
Right.
We ain't got next subject.
Well, I do want to thank you for coming on my show. Like, you definitely.
Oh, look, how about this? This situation, since we talked about the guys, let's talk about the females. How about, because I didn't encounter these situations. I ain't gay, I ain't no lesbian, but I'll let a chick eat me out, but I won't eat her out.
I feel like if you do it to a female, you will. If I feel like if you'll have a female do it to you, you'll do it to her.
No, but seriously, I heard be like, yeah, I'll like when I was trying to recruit people for threesomes and stuff, like, yeah, you can do it to me, but I ain't gonna do it to you.
Like I said, I believe that if you let her do it to you, you're gonna end up doing it to her.
Because I ain't gay. That's what they said. I ain't gay.
You could not be gay and still do it. So what difference would it make?
I'm telling you,
it's too many tricks and rules to it.
It is.
I said that if y'all in the experience, y'all might as well experience the experience and know for the next time that y'all probably ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
No, but seriously, so does that make the girl a lesbian? Does that make her gay? If she would let a female do that, but she don't do it to the female?
No. Let me tell you my theory why. Because if you look at the earth, right?
Oh boy.
Listen. Okay, remember we talked about this one day. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so one day me and you was talking about the population men to women or women to men, and how people have said that it's for a man to have multiple wives.
Okay.
And for them to share him. So whether a woman is gay or not, if she's abiding by the rules of whatever religion or abiding by her husband's rules, she's gonna have sexual interactions how he deemed fit to satisfy him.
A lot of them sister wives that do that, they don't interact with each other.
But I know somebody who actually was with. I know somebody. She older now, and I hate the bitch, but she used to. She was with her man, and she had to do. Her and the women had to interact with each other as a way of satisfying him. And I've heard of that in more than one instance where she was just the only person I knew who did it. But I know of those instances to be very true in some cultures. Some, you know what I'm saying? The women have to interact with each other too. That's
because a lot of the cultures, like in the African culture and like Utah with the Mormons, when they are allowed to have multiple wives, a lot of those wives, they don't have interaction with each other.
Well, maybe somebody just put the
because that's a whole nother shunned upon thing in the religion for the women to have interaction with each other.
So is polygamy included when women interact with each other? Or is there polygamy just when the men have a lot of wives? Because now people saying that polygamy is when everybody in that situation mess with each other.
Polygamy is just the basis of itself of having more than one partner,
right? But
it doesn't matter the interaction. So it doesn't make it a polygamous relationship if everybody's dealing with each other, or she dealing with her and he dealing with both of them, or what, however so be. Because that one show with the two sisters is twin sisters. They don't mess with each other, but they got the same husband.
Well, maybe that's just the rap culture of because I've heard about so many scenarios where a man be the dominant one and he have women and they all share him and they all share each other, and that's how they live and cohabitate. So
I mean, because that's their preference. But yeah, the polygamous relationship doesn't necessarily call for everybody to interact.
I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm getting clarification on it.
Oh, okay.
When a man, it's crazy because a man proposed this to me. He was
So,
like,
so what, you was gonna be gay for the marriage, or you was gonna be the one like, she could do me, but I'm not gonna.
no, he was like, we all have to share each other and love each other. He took me out to dinner
Oh man.
and we having a good dinner.
But
We
you
laughing
complaining
and
about
talking.
getting, but you talking about getting traffic into Utah, but you done had a whole polygamous interview and stuff.
So me and him, we was together for like a year at this point, right? And we go out to dinner. This without I'm saying, oh, you messing with somebody else clearly because you wouldn't have proposed this to me like how you did. So we go out to dinner, we sit and have a dinner. He's like, I got something I really want to ask you. You know I love you. And I knew I'm like, is this bad? Well, anytime a man say, you know I love you, he finna say
Oh
something
yeah,
bad.
that's the number
Right.
one thing on Maury.
So
Right.
he was like, I got somebody I want you to meet. And I'm like, who? Like that. He like, I don't want to tell you her name or nothing until you agree to do it. And I'm like, agree to do what? He was like, just know that I talked to her about you already. Y'all gonna like each other. I promise. I'm like, now I'm like, nigga, this better be like your sister or auntie or something. Cause he like, I really think that the only way I could be 100% satisfied is if we in a relationship with somebody else. And I was like, what? You are such a slime. And after that, I just started like,
But why did that make him a slime?
because one,
Okay, so if you look at that,
one, this not nothing that you wait to tell somebody a year in. If I would have knew that prior to, I would have been like, no,
it
no,
wouldn't have made it to a year.
no, exactly.
Well, no, maybe he, after y'all was together, maybe, I don't know, maybe he didn't get everything he needed from you. Maybe it was something missing, and
Well, he was saying that he like was a natural cheater, but in order for him not to cheat,
okay, yeah. So look at that
he would
situation
just rather have me
and
and
the other
old
person in the
girl
house.
talking about
Yeah.
some. Oh, me and her just been friends, but I kind of want to, include like no. Like if you would just want to mess with her, go mess with her and not mess with me. But I love you and I can't let you.
But that's what it is. Some their urge and
And there's
their
one thing.
natural sexual.
Now, if he would have been like, could we have a threesome with her? That would have been different. But if you would have been like, but for him to propose that he actually, because at the time I was going by his house all the time because he had his own house. So you proposing that me and her move into your house together and we share your bed?
But there's a lot of advantages to a polygamous relationship.
Right, because then he said all the kids could get taken care of and all the money, we could save more money.
Yeah, you can, and then like
I
like
said, so what about Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
oh,
And then you
oh
on
Lord
Sunday
have
you
mercy.
rest.
Yeah.
See, he say that, but you can't get me to.
No, because not that I'm team polygamy, but it's a lot of advantages to it. And then if you think about like, say for instance, me, you're not gonna find a woman like me. Like I'm a total package. Me, like I'm a sports chick. I cook, clean.
Yeah, I know. I'll be saying that to you.
I'll get out there, change a tire, lay some carpet, and bust you down in the bedroom too. And be on some freaky stuff, all kind of stuff. But that doesn't happen to too many women. Like, and on top of that, I'm very smart. So if you got like, you might have a real smart chick. The other girl might be hood, so that has that balance. This girl might be good at history and good at science and stuff. The other one might just be a math wizard, so everything kind of balances out. It's kind of like a yin and yang, and then it goes together.
He just wanted to do it so he could have not cheat. But I said, so what if you get bored with me and her? Then you gonna want a third woman to move in? That was his grounds for wanted to have.
So you think if that would have happened, or when that happens, that opens up a door to just keep adding?
Yeah, because of how he presented it to me.
No.
Sometimes you may have 75% of what he needs to make him feel happy. This chick may only bring 25, But that whole 100% makes the whole relationship grow 200%.
Mm-hmm.
Because instead of you now worrying where he is, what he's doing, what he's getting into,
I know what's
you-
going
you
on.
know what's going on. You have a relationship with her as well too. It doesn't have to be sexual. That's the biggest problem with today's society is everything is
Yeah.
sexual. Here's now a lifetime friend that you have. You now have a communication. She's taking care of your kids like you taking care of her kids and the whole 9 yards. The house is good. For an example, you may hate cleaning up the kitchen. That may be her thing.
Yeah.
That's one less problem you have to worry about, and it's less stress on top of you as well too. When you look at financial, we now know that a 2-income household survives better. Imagine a 3. You know what I'm saying? Kids always are taken care of. Finances are always there. House is always good to go. You don't always have to fuck him. Somebody, if he's out here being too much and he's like, you know what, I don't want to see your face, boom, you can handle that. Stress-free life. 97% of the problem that most people have in society, you would not have because you know exactly who the other person is. And you know what's crazy? Y'all end up becoming best friends. There'll be times where y'all will go do shit and leave his ass at home. Because why? We don't need you. You're at this point in time, you're just space.
Okay, so have you ever tried to do that?
I've actually been in polygamous relationships.
Really?
Oh, player.
Oh,
From the
okay.
Himalaya.
I mean, he gave me the same speech too, but no, I'm still not
He
gonna
trying
do
to
it.
reel her in and take her to Utah.
It's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
Plain and
It's
simple.
not.
And that's the misconception that this society has now, where they think sex, money,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
It's more to it. You have
Yeah.
to be emotionally in tune. You have to be mentally in tune. You have to deal with what the outside looking in is caring about. As much as we say no one matters, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get all of our concepts, ideas, and what's considered acceptable from what society says. So if you don't feel comfortable in it, you're never going to be comfortable in it. At the end of the day.
So why your situation in?
Why did mine in?
Yeah.
Because I moved back here.
Okay.
I was in the military at the time. So I was dealing with a young lady who she kind of had a girlfriend. We were both in the military. And at that time, it was a don't ask, don't tell kind of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and her were super cool, and we did have a natural connection. So we became a couple. When we were able to get off the base and live off base, that's when she brought her to the fold that she really has a girlfriend she wants to be with. And in so many words, I was initially supposed to be the cover-up. Kind of like how when the gay dude
Mm-hmm.
gets a
Mhm.
girlfriend
Yeah.
to pretend to be the wife or the girlfriend so he could P-Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. Okay? If you watch the most...
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
P Valley, that's my show.
If that scenario been in reverse. But the thing about it was me and her girlfriend started getting real cool. Now she was gay. If ands and buts about it. I'm talking like you might steal my shirt and jeans one day because you ain't got nothing clean yet.
Mm-hmm.
But we were cool. We were tight. We were able to be in the same space and nobody felt disrespected by the other. So if she came home from work that day and me and her hugged up on the couch watching TV, she not tripping like, get your hands like, oh man, I don't. It's me. We already understood the situation and we were able to live in that moment. I got reassigned and then eventually I ended up coming back home, which is the only reason why that relationship ended, because me and her would have gotten married. And if we would have gotten married, that was one of the only rules that we had, that as long as all three of us together, nobody could get married. At the time, there wasn't no laws that gays could get married.
Mm-hmm.
So she felt like if me and her ever got married, that would be the proverbial slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we had a kid, no big deal, because they couldn't have kids together. So if we had a kid, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But it was only getting married was the only big thing. That was the only rule we had. Other than that, it was great. Cool.
Okay, so why is it that polygamy is so low for 2 men and a woman? Because I don't ever hear about that.
Because we live, one thing you have not grasped the concept. I'm being honest with you. I try to set people shows, but the number one thing is this is a male-dominated society. What men consider acceptable is what society deems as acceptable. 2 men sharing 1 woman, no matter how you look at it, is always looked upon as a negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Whether it's two men sleeping with the same woman, two men fighting over a woman, two men married to the same woman, it's always looked down upon as you are a lower male because you have succeeded to this woman. You're supposed to be the dominant one, not the woman. And when it's a woman with two men, they're looked up as submissive and she's looked upon as dominant, which may not be the case. We have a more of an independent woman society right now where, the norm will eventually get to, you got two of whatever you want. It don't matter. But right now, two men sharing one woman, it messes with people's head. Just think about it.
Just like the gay stuff we just talked about.
If she gets pregnant, who kid is it?
One of theirs.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
So, if she gets pregnant, it can only be one of theirs. We don't know whose. And then now, this father, this biological father compared to this other father, you now are creating a rift.
Yeah.
Issue.
Because a man in their DNA is
right.
Yeah.
And that's there's a bond that other person can't have. But two women and one man, could legitimately knock both of them up at the exact same time. Like he can literally nut in her, she got pregnant, he can go have a V8, come back, go sleep with the other girl, knock her up. Dead ass. It's just that possible. A man can get a woman pregnant every single day for a whole year if the math is done right. A woman can only get pregnant once every 40 weeks.
So is it okay for Nick Cannon to have all the kids he got but a woman, because I know women with like 10, 12 kids, but then and they be like, oh, that whole woo, but then Nick Cannon, just because he a billionaire, he got 15 baby mamas.
Yes and no. Here's the reason why.
Mariah Carey, the only one with a multiple kid. Everybody got one kid.
No, the other one.
Oh.
Yes and no. The reason why I say that is financially, yes. At the current moment in time where Nick Cannon is and the way the financial money is rolling in, Nick Cannon can take care of all of them financially with no questions asked. Okay? So that's the yes. We always say don't make something if you can't take care of it. So he can provide. Okay? His other two, which are the older ones, the ones with Mariah, they're already going to be financially set anyway. So his financial obligations is not as great as they used to be because Mariah already had tons of money to begin with. So they're fine. The no part comes into play is father duties. There is no way possibly that you could continue to make the money at the rate that you're making it, doing what you're doing, because Wild 'N Out tours. So you don't only see it on TV, they go from city to city to city and do that as well. They were just in Chicago last weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So as an artist who used to be a musical artist and him being in television all his life, you never had time. So unless the kids come to where you are, there's no way you can be an active dad.
Yeah.
There's no way. Okay. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where one of your kids are going to feel a certain way, if not half of them. How are you going to be able to take care of that? Do you plan on getting to a point where you're going to step away from on screen for Wild 'N Out and just be executively in the back? Then if you're going to do that, then buy some land, build houses for all of your baby mamas.
Yeah, build a compound.
Yeah, just build a compound. Everybody lives here, but they can still date, move freely the whole 9 yards. That way your kids are near you. Make it be that, okay, the summer, I'm not doing nothing. All my kids come here every summer. Whatever you do, you have to figure out how to do the fatherly duty part.
Yeah.
Because majority of the messed up men, specifically black men, in today's society are fatherless
not having
children.
not having that father
Now,
figure.
they may have had dads who worked and paid for everything it took, but they didn't have that male figure there when they needed that male figure there.
And that's what it be about too, because a lot of people will be like, but I do this and that, and they got clothes. Man, and I told my baby dad that before. I'd rather you come spend an hour than buy some shoes, because that hour gonna count for more. And then a lot of people, that's the easy way out for them to just be like,
because the government has made it that way for the black community.
Oh,
The government has made it be that as long as
that's a whole other show.
that man is not in the household,
yes.
we'll give you everything you ever
Yes,
want to raise this kid.
And then that's still a little bit of nothing.
But sometimes it's a lot for some people. The more kids you have, the more they give.
But see, remember it didn't remember I had this. That's why I said that's a whole other show, because I had that exact conversation with her, and I told her, and it comes to why we're so independent and why we're so strong. It has to do with the society, with the welfare, with the government, because back then, when everybody was like on low income or rent assistance, it was like if they came and did a inspection, everybody you had to hide that man's clothes in the house. If they found a man clothes in the house, they'd be like, who is this? You wouldn't put them on the lease, because then you probably lose your stuff because they're a felon and this and that. So therefore, the man mentally, he's never included in the household. He's never a part of the household.
Let me break this down to you. Okay, so the way government assistance works is based on financial income. How much money do you bring into this household? Okay, the less money you bring into the household, the more they're willing to give you assistance in regards to it. Because you can get rent assistance or Section 8 or whatever option of living conditions you live in. The last time I checked, it could have changed since then, but if you had to have less than $2,000 yearly income made in order for you to qualify for certain programs. So therefore, because I have a cousin at this time, she had about 5 kids at the time, okay? She got literally this big, massive, huge house and only had to pay $25 a month rent, okay? The minute a man is added to the household, your number now changes. If he goes out and gets any job, so take in consideration the minimum income you could bring in was only $2,000. If he gets any job whatsoever, 3 paychecks for even a McDonald's-based job, you've already superseded that. So at this point in time, he can't be added to the scenario. Even though these 5 kids might be all his kids, he can't be added to the scenario. So now you have men living in garbage bags. And the reason why they're living in garbage bags is because 1, you can't make it seem like he's living there. And 2, he has to be able to get up, pick up, and move his stuff and live with somebody else for 2 weeks. What ends up happening during this 2 weeks, though, he has to find someone he can stay with. Usually during this 2 weeks, he has a lady friend he's probably hang with for that 2 weeks. He may go stay by his guy's house and they're kicking it like crazy because they very rarely here. But this is a universal cycle that will happen to a lot of men from the inner city in order for the family to be able to do what they need to do. Now, these men will go out here, they'll be hustling, they'll fix stuff under the table, they get paid for cash. They'll do all these other little things to keep generating income, but they can never be added to the household. So the fact of the concept when it comes to filing for taxes, he cannot put himself as head of household. Only the woman can. But then when the woman, who's now on assistance, files head of household and has any form of money, she's going to get everything back she had, plus the child tax credit that got factored in. So when you look at it, that if a woman has no man, I don't have to work a real job. I can do hair, nails, or whatever else on the side with these kids, can bring in as much as a guy who would go to work every single day for $40,000. What option do you think most women will choose? I can get $40,000 a year from the government. My crib can be paid and I can still make money on the side. I'm not going to need a nigga. That's why you will hear a lot of women say, I don't need a nigga for nothing. Because the government makes it possible that they don't need to do it for nothing. So now the man no longer has value in this particular relationship. So he's going to go somewhere where a woman does value him. Now, the woman is upset because, oh, I loved you. These are your kids. You're supposed to be here with me. Because of this scenario, you don't treat me like you need me to be here with you. Because if I do anything that results of being a man, it can cause you to lose this. So now you're upset because I'm trying to do the right thing because you're losing all this freedom. So now he finds somebody else. Now you have baby mama drama. Not because he went and found somebody else, but because he won't come back to you because now over here, he can be a man. So now you're upset that he's being everything you wanted him to be
with somebody else.
But you couldn't let him be what he was supposed to be over here because of the situation you're holding on to. And if you did try to be in a relationship where you lost all of these assistants, Now you got a whole slew of problems you didn't have before.
Mhm.
You can't spend like you have to. You have to start using actual money for groceries in regards to it. When rent comes due, now rent is actually $900. And that's a big, huge chunk of 1 or 2 paychecks based on where you're working at the time. So a lot of times these people have these issues. And let's not forget, we have a lot of young mothers and young fathers. This is almost nearly impossible to expect a 20-year-old man to know how to be a dad when he never had one in the household.
Mhm.
So he's going to make these mistakes. But the problem is, you women are upset because your life has changed unexpectedly and all your goals are gone. So you put your hurt on him. And he doesn't know how to handle your hurt and his new fatherly responsibilities. So he runs off or he hides behind drugs. So now here he is getting high every single day. You got to get high in the morning because he has to deal with all of this. But we don't have no outlets to help him navigate through that. But yet you can wake up every single day and there's some program to helping a woman in regards to empowering or whatever, but there's nothing for the men. So now we have a bunch of lost boys who don't know what to do. So we'll go steal kids with our friends.
But you know what? I swear, when I was 18, okay, so I had worked when I was a teenager, but when I was 18, somebody had gave me the advice to get on W-2. But when you get them $670 something payments, or they get sanctioned or whatever, and you divide that by 30 days, that's not no money
That's
to
not
live
nothing,
off
yeah.
of. I'm like, no, that's why I always
But you-
keep me a job.
But you want to know something? When
I got like 3 checks. I'm like, no,
No,
this
but when I
still
was-
this would never be.
and it's messed up because when I was, at one point, everybody was on W-2 or whatsoever. At one point, I was on W-2. I went back into the work field. Now I went back into doing CNA, and I was getting paid $10.40 an hour. $10.40 an hour ain't
Nothing now.
nothing. At $10.40 an hour, they cut everything off. The energy assistance, they cut off the food stamps, they cut off my medical because they said I was making too much. Now, mind you, now I'm paying rent. I'm buying groceries with cash. I'm doing my insurance with cash. So I'm even more broke. I'm even more in a hole, more broke now than when I was on W-2. And I had literally went to my caseworker like, I feel so, I'm like, yeah, I got a job, woo woo. And then once I got to working and everything got to getting cut off, I'm like, I feel defeated. Like I really want to go back and be on W-2 to get all the other benefits because I felt so defeated.
Yeah.
When
Living
I,
off
when
your
I was
paycheck.
working.
Yeah.
And it's messed up.
I only felt defeated when the pandemic started and people was getting extra $600. And I
let's
still
not
got to
there.
go in there with COVID, K95 masks, and hazard suits and
That's a
all
whole
that.
other situation.
That's when I felt defeated. I'm like, okay, because now how they making more money than us, and we the ones contracting it probably firsthand. That's when I felt defeated. But I'm pretty much, since I in my adult life, been able to maintain and
No, I mean
So-
it's maintainable, but it's just it literally like I broke down because I'm like I'm not even making this much to
yeah.
have to pay rent and come out of my pocket for everything.
Yeah.
Sad
Well-
but true.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for coming on the show. We done went from sex
Bad
to
polygamy,
politics.
to politics. Yeah.
And thank Tom for chiming in, schooling us on his polygamy life. Still not.
You looking for some sister wives?
Hold on now. Talk off camera.
Oh Lord! Now, if you don't see her next week, she might have got recruited to go to Utah.
Oh, no, she on the payroll. I don't talk to people who pay.
You always gotta shout him out because he been really supportive of my podcast. So I always gotta tell him thank you. And I want to thank my friend Nilsa for coming on. This was a really good episode. So
welcome.
yeah, we definitely gotta do this again.
We got to do one again with some guys, so we
Yeah.
can get both of the perspectives.
Yeah,
And,
because when I did it with the guys, it was just like me versus them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really like I didn't have no other woman to like
Yeah.
jump in and say what help me say some crazy stuff
like
back to them.
The Mars and Venus situation. Do it like that because you kind of have to get both points of the situation. Because
Yeah.
like if a dude don't like this, he weird. A guy explain to you why he might not like it.
A lot of reasons. I didn't want to intervene in the show. There's a lot of reasons.
Wow, you could have intervened. Tommy be intervening. You could have intervened. You the man in the room.
You didn't ask me no questions directly.
No. Next time you got to intervene, you got to be like, look, you intervene on that polygamy. I ain't even know you.
Right.
I ain't even know you be having all them girlfriends and stuff. Well, had past tense. I don't know what you got now, but
The fact that you just like
He's appalled, y'all. He holding his chest. He's appalled.
no, because I'm thinking Tom like a
This could be deceiving.
one man woman and with the kids and
I'm not a whore, but I am not wholesome either. So.
oh, okay, you you on the fence.
I'm not a whore.
Nah.
I'm not wholesome. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Milwaukee. This was Sex Guru Between the Sheets with Robert Reeves. Yeah, very interesting. Make sure y'all check it out. Thank you.
That's all you gonna say?
Yep.
Terrible. Terrible human being. Terrible. You know, I'm just gonna end.